Imagine this. You're a Byzantine rebel plotting to overthrow the emperor, and suddenly the palace doors burst open. In march towering warriors, blonde, bearded, armored in glittering mail, each wielding a massive double-bladed axe. They don't speak your language. They don't care about your politics. They are here for one reason: to protect the emperor and to kill you if necessary. These are the Varangian Guard, the most feared bodyguards in medieval history. The Varangian Guard began as Norse warriors, Vikings, who traveled east into what is now Russia and Ukraine. Known as the Rus, they traded, raided, and carved out power along the river routes leading to the Black Sea. By the 10th century, these warriors had become famous for something rare in medieval politics: absolute loyalty. Their name comes from the Old Norse Varangi, meaning sworn companion, a warrior bound by oath. The Varangian Guard officially entered Byzantine service in 988 AD, when Emperor Basil II faced rebellion and desperately needed soldiers he could trust. Vladimir I of Kiev sent him 6,000 Varangian warriors, a gift, an alliance, and a political masterstroke. These men arrived in Constantinople like an avalanche, towering, axe-wielding giants who immediately proved their worth on the battlefield. If you're enjoying this deep dive into forgotten history, hit that like and subscribe. It helps more than you think. The Varangians were famous for their weapon of choice, the massive double-bladed battle axe. In battle, they were shock troops the emperor's hammer used to break enemy lines with terrifying force. But their true value wasn't just strength, it was loyalty. Unlike local troops, they had no ties to Byzantine politics. They couldn't be bribed, they couldn't be manipulated. Their only allegiance was to the emperor. They guarded the emperor's bedchamber, the palace treasury, and even served as prison guards. When rebellions erupted, it was the Varangians who restored order, often violently. One of the most famous Varangians was Harald Hardrada, who later became King of Norway. Before ruling a kingdom, he spent years fighting for the Byzantine emperors, earning gold, glory, and a reputation as one of the greatest warriors of his age. After the Norman conquest of England in 1066, thousands of Anglo-Saxon warriors fled their homeland. Many traveled to Constantinople, and the Varangian Guard became increasingly Anglo-Saxon in the centuries that followed. The Varangians fought in Bulgaria, Anatolia, Georgia, and against the Pechenegs, earning a reputation for ferocity. They were so effective that emperors often rewarded them with a larger share of battlefield loot. Inside the palace, they were the emperor's final line of defense. When coups erupted, and they often did, the Varangians decided who lived, who died, and who ruled. By the 14th century, the Byzantine Empire was shrinking, its wealth fading, and its enemies multiplying. The Varangian Guard slowly disappeared, not defeated, but simply no longer needed in a world that had changed. The Varangian Guard were more than mercenaries. They were the emperor's shield, the empire's enforcers, and a living symbol of loyalty in a world built on betrayal. If you want more stories like this, the hidden corners of history, the warriors you never learned about in school, subscribe to the channel. It helps this community grow, and it tells YouTube you want more history brought to life.